The Iran affair is very much on the mind of Republican presidential hopefuls this weekend in New Hampshire, site of an important early presidential primary. The primary is still 11 months away, but make no mistake about it, the race is on. ABC's Barry Seraphin is in New Hampshire.
GOP candidates, most still unannounced, began arriving late today for their weekend of political pilgrimage, or as such events are commonly called, their candidate cattle show.
These are Dole supporters here?
For months, Republican hopefuls have been making the requisite visits to Iowa and New Hampshire.
Welcome to New Hampshire.
Got 4 volunteers here.
But they face the continuing problem of the Iran-Contra scandal, which in tarnishing President Reagan's image has also tarnished the party.
It means a sense that the Reagan era's benefit to the Republican Party is slipping away. Republican numbers in the polls are slipping. A sense that Democrats are better on the issues is growing. So by almost every logical yardstick, this is a pretty substantial minus for the Republican Party.
No one knows that better than George Bush. Although still the acknowledged GOP frontrunner, Bush is almost plaintive in asking for support.
And I need you more than the others do, especially now.
Senate Minority Leader Bob Dole, running second now in the GOP field, first in Iowa, has been more successful in balancing loyalty and independence.
That is a difficult tightrope to walk, but of course, as we've seen over the years, Bob Dole is the flying Wallenda of the political world.
An ABC News Washington Post poll indicates that Howard Baker's withdrawal from the race has benefited Bush and to some degree Dole. Speculation that his new job as White House Chief of Staff might catapult Baker to the GOP nomination is generally dismissed as far-fetched. As for the rest of the field, New York Congressman Jack Kemp, former Secretary of State Alexander Haig, and evangelist Pat Robertson are stuck so far in single digits in the polls. Those same surveys indicate that in terms of name identification, former Delaware Governor Pierre DuPont and Donald Rumsfeld, who held a variety of jobs in the Nixon and Ford administrations, could both qualify for American Express commercials. A possible wild card, former Nevada Senator Paul Laxalt. A longtime Reagan friend and advisor, he passed up the White House Chief of Staff job for a possible presidential run.
Paul Laxalt's entry into the race would be an enormous headache for both George Bush and for Jack Kemp. For George Bush, because he challenges the notion that Bush is the candidate closest to Ronald Reagan. For Jack Kemp, because he has a strong constituency over there on the right.
The crowded cast of candidates could produce some nasty factionalism, but the party's main concern is whether the lingering Iran controversy will diminish the GOP nomination, whoever wins it. Barry Seraphin, ABC News, Nashua, New Hampshire.